video looks nice.
Hey guys, this is Austin, and today I'm here with a review of the PlayStation Vita. Now, as the successor to the PSP from 2005, this has a lot to live up to, especially considering how well the 3DS is doing. But does it have what it takes? At first glance, the answer looks to be a giant yes. Just like the last generation, the Vita absolutely destroys the 3DS as far as graphical capability goes.
Wow.
It's powered by a quad-core ARM Cortex-A9 CPU along with 512 megabytes of RAM. It also has a quad-core GPU with 128 megabytes of dedicated memory. Tech jargon aside, that gives the Vita more memory overall than the PlayStation 3. Graphics aren't quite up to the level of the PS3, but they're not all that far off. The tech doesn't stop there either. The Vita also sports a 5-inch OLED QHD touchscreen. To put it in perspective, the PSP has a 4.3-inch screen, and the 3DS has an even smaller 3.5-inch display. Or to make it a bit more clear, the screen on the Vita is roughly the same size as the entire iPhone 4S. As it's an OLED panel, that means it's also very clear and vibrant, with fantastic saturation and excellent viewing angles. While it could be slightly high resolution, overall this is the best display I've ever seen on a mobile device. Another thing Sony tried really hard with are the different control methods. You'll find the same overall layout from the PSP, with shoulder buttons, your normal PlayStation buttons, and a D-pad, but there are also now 2 analog sticks. Not only do having 2 make playing many more games a lot better, they are also raised, making them a lot more ergonomic than the slide pad on the PSP. The Vita also has a touchscreen, which is the only way to get around the UI, and is used in some games along with the rear touchpad. This is a fairly unique addition that can give you some interesting new ways to play games. For example, in Uncharted Golden Abyss, you can use it to zoom in the scope of your rifle, which works really quite well. You can also use it to push the ground up in Little Deviants, just as you would push up a piece of fabric from behind. As if that were not enough, the Vita also comes with a full complement of motion controls, including 6-axis and a compass. Just like on the iPhone or Android, this can come in handy for many different types of games, and along with the rest of the controls, really do a very good job of immersing you in the game. Going back to Uncharted is a great example. You can use the analog sticks and shoulder buttons ordinarily, but when you're needing to zero in on someone, you just flick the rear touch panel to zoom in, and tilt your Vita slightly to line the shot up perfectly. Between the great controls, large display, and with a decent pair of headphones, the Vita does a great job of sucking you into a game. Of course, it's not all good news. To start with, the Vita is massive. While around the house it's fine, it's borderline pocketable. It is fairly thin and light for its size, but there's no getting around the fact that it's a huge slab of glass and metal. The UI is also, well, not great to be honest. On firmware 1.6, unlocking the Vita generally takes several seconds, which while not a big deal, is long enough for you to sit around wondering why it's taking so long. The overall interface is also a bit too cartoony for my taste, but I will say that it runs very smoothly, and there's hardly any lag to be found, most likely due to Sony keeping one of the CPU cores in reserve. Speaking of the responsiveness, it's clear that the Vita has tons of power. There's almost no lag to be found anywhere in the OS or games. It'll be interesting to see how much farther developers can push the console. The Vita has a pair of cameras. I'm currently using the front-facing one to record right now. And now, as you can see, neither are particularly good. Both the front and rear-facing cameras max out at a resolution of 640 by 480. Now, as far as stills go, as long as you have decent light, you can take an okay snapshot. But beyond that, it's really not going to be worth much. But the video is actually kind of decent. So it does record in 480p at 30 frames per second, so everything's nice and smooth. As you can see, in good light, it's not too bad. However, both the stills and video degrade really rapidly when you get out of nice light, so they get very desaturated.